It's been a while since I did a Cooking with Denoy episode, and since we're about to lose access to Walter's house, I thought I would go ahead and make a real quick video here showing you some Thai pork fried rice, or at least Denoy style pork fried rice. And I wasn't going to film, but then I was like, you know what, I might as well go ahead and film it since people haven't seen a Cooking with Denoy episode in a while. For the ingredients for this, what I did was I chopped up some onions and just put it in there. I also have some pork, and the pork that I got is actually country style ribs from Walmart. You can see really cheap, $3.47 for this packet. So I'm not even using all of it. I'm only using like 2/3 of it. So I cut it into like little chunks, which I'm going to flavor with Sazon Complete, which is the same as the Badia. I think they just label it. It's Badia's Complete Seasoning, but they call it Sazon Completa. I think this is a Spanish version. Anyhow, I got that from Walmart. And we're going to also use some Kikkoman sauce to help do the flavoring. Now what I did was I poured in a little bit of vegetable oil, and you'll see I put the onions in there to fry up. And then I'm going to season the meat and throw that in. Then I'm going to throw in some frozen vegetables. This is stir-fry blend. It's not even the whole bag, just like half a bag or so. And then I'll be adding the rice, which I just cooked up in my rice cooker here. And that's pretty much the ingredients. So let's go ahead and get started. As you can see, I've got the onions frying up nicely right here. While that is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and put some of the sazon onto the meat and then put it onto the onions. The sazon here is actually the Badia Complete. So we're just going to pour that liberally all over the meat. And that's pretty much it for seasoning. And I'm going to dump it in here. Dump it all in there. And just fry it up. Not much to Cooking with Denoy here. Just going to brown the meat. Make sure it gets cooked. It's already starting to smell really good. That smells good. I do have it on high heat. A lot of my cooking, you'll notice, is on high heat, which I think is most typical of most Asian stir fries. Now, typically they cook this in a wok, which I guess you could do in a wok, but I don't have a wok here, and I found that the frying pan works just fine. So we're just browning the meat right now and cooking it up. I'm going to make sure all the meat is separated so that it can cook all the sides evenly. I want to have uncooked meat here. Look at the chunks. This is actually a lot of meat. I'm going to go ahead and fry that up nicely. And pause this for a little bit while I put the leftover meat. I'll put that up. And we're going to add the veggies here in a moment. Alright, it's been about a minute. Oops. It's been about a minute or two since pause the video here a little bit, but we're just going to stir this up, make sure the pork is cooked, thoroughly cooked. You see some of it's turning brown. And we're just going to stir it up, cook it up, make it nice and well done. I'm eating raw pork. And it's frying up really nicely. Got a really nice smell at this point. What I'm going to do now, I'm just going to go ahead and add the stir-fry blend here. I have half a bag left, which I'm just going to pour right in here. Still frozen. Interesting thing about this dish, I could actually cook something pretty much exactly like this while in the van using a rice cooker, which you may see me do. But for now, while we have access to Walter's house, we're going to go ahead and take advantage of having a kitchen where we can actually cook. So, you see I've added the frozen veggies, and even while it's still frozen, I am going to go ahead and add the rice. So let me get the rice ready and we'll bring it in and add it. Doesn't that look good? Look how good that looks. I got the rice here ready to go, and I'm just simply going to scoop it up and just dump it right into the stir fry here. So essentially what we have right now is just stir fried pork with vegetables. I'm going to add all of this rice. So I'm going to go ahead and make a whole batch. So let me stop the camera here while I add it. Once I've added the rice, it's just a simple matter of taking our soy sauce, and in this case we have kikkoman, the good stuff. We're going to pour a little bit onto the rice, just a little bit. Coat the rice with it, let the soy sauce soak through, and I'll be stirring it up. I'm just basically making our fried rice, and this is how it's done. I don't really measure, I just kind of pour, and I try to get everything kind of brownish, and then break things up. So you can see it's starting to look like the fried rice at this point. And it's because it is fried rice. With the kikkoman sauce. And you just kind of mix things up. And at this point, the rice is pretty much done. I'm just going to stir it all up. Get everything coated with the soy sauce. And that'll add some really good flavor to it. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the heat at this point. But the food is pretty much done. The hot rice and the meat and the vegetables already cooking on here. We'll actually thaw out the frozen veggies. I don't want to burn the frozen veggies. I just wanted them thawed so they almost taste fresh. And it doesn't have to be, the rice doesn't all have to be totally covered. You can have some little white specks in there. It's still okay. And if you wanted to totally cover it, just blend it some more. So this whole thing, I think, took probably less than 15 minutes to make. Well, if you don't count the rice cooking time. The rice, setting it in the little rice cooker takes about 10 or 15 minutes. And it's automatic. So rice cooker cooking is what you see me do a lot of, just because, for the van, it works great. Now, here we are with our pork fried rice, pretty much done. And I'm going to go ahead and set up a serving here to show you typically how I serve it and what it looks like. And, all it needs is some pepper sauce to go with it. Doesn't that look good? Look at that. Thai pork fried rice. Thought I would take a moment to show you how I make the pepper sauce that I'm going to eat with the rice. Basically, I have this fish sauce, which we got from the Asian market. And I have this cheap lemon juice that I got from Dollar Tree, which I think they go ahead and I think they mush up the lemon and the skin. So I just pour this in here. How much depends on how much sauce you want. I'm going to have just enough there to make a thin layer over the sliced peppers. The peppers I use were, I think, serrano peppers? But you can use any pepper. The preferable pepper is actually Thai chili pepper, but I couldn't find any. So I grabbed whatever pepper was there, which was serrano pepper, and I just cut up one. You do multiple, but this is just for like a serving for me. And then for fish sauce, how much I use, I just kind of eyeball it. Just pour it in like that. And I think that's about enough. The fish sauce is kind of like salt, and that is my pepper dipping sauce. Here then is what my lunch or brunch looks like today. It is, excuse me here, sorry for that noise. It is pork fried rice, Thai pork fried rice, Denoy style, with shredded lettuce. I just ripped up some lettuce leaves, and also sliced onion. Normally you use green onion stalks, and you cut it into little strips. But I didn't have any, so I went with just regular onion, even though there's already onion inside the fried rice mixture itself. But I like eating green onion. And sometimes when I have it, a lot of times I'll garnish it with cucumber slices. But I didn't have that, so you make do with what you have, which in this case was just the lettuce and the onion. And there's my pepper sauce. Oh, and then I'll be having some water with me today as a drink. And let's go ahead and do a little taste test here. See how everything tastes? And that looks so good. Look at that meat. Mmm. Look at that steam. That looks so good. So I'm going to try it by scooping up some pepper here. Take a little bit of pepper. I put it onto the food right with the meat. A little bit of sauce with it. And I simply just scoop up like a bite of what I want to try. In this case, I'm just going to have the meat and the pepper. And let's try it out. I'm blowing it because it's so hot. And oh my goodness. This is so very, very good. Very good eating. Not too expensive. I think you'd prepare a whole meal like this for a family of less than $5. It is so good. And typically what I do with the garnishes here, I actually kind of break them up like that. So I'll have fresh onion. Sorry about that noise here. So I make fresh onion, scoop up another pepper, more pepper here. Just put it right in there and mix it up. Take another bite. And that looks so good. And it is amazingly good. I hope this simple meal gave you guys some ideas for things you might try cooking up. Takes only a few minutes. Ingredients are really simple. Not too hard to cook. Until next time, everybody, bon appetit. Good eating. Please stay safe. Have a great day now.